This episode is brought to you by Casamigos Tequila. What do you bring to a holiday party? Simple. A bottle of Casamigos. Because nothing gets the party started like a Casamigos margarita, which isn't just for summer. In fact, it's the perfect pour all year round. Casamigos is the gift that always feels right. Because anything goes with my Casamigos. Please drink responsibly. Imported by Casamigos Spirits Company, White Plains, New York. Casamigos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that chew, too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
At LinkedIn, we know hiring is a big deal for your small business. Sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming. LinkedIn uses data that you can't find anywhere else to give you the best candidates, all so you can feel confident you're hiring the best person for the job. And even a little hiring bliss. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/achieve. LinkedIn, your next great hire is here.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the protection of an offensive guard on the football field, but getting an elementary school crossing guard. Sure, they're both guards, but you can only trust one to keep your quarterback safe when the game is on the line. So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. Enjoy comfortable rooms and friendly service when you stay with Hilton instead. Save up to 25% this season when you book with Hilton. Hilton for the stay. Terms apply.
Let's transition over to the defense. How much of it have you watched on a short week, Shane?
I have not watched very much, so
it's outrageous.
I watched
a
little bit. Yeah, I know.
What was that earlier on the half page? Bring it back. # bring it back.
I watched some situationally stuff, but I haven't watched the whole defense. I didn't tweet any of it, so take us away, Jonny.
Yeah, I'll just say that I think they've got away with criticism online this week. I really do. Not that I care whether they get criticism online, but as in everyone spoke about the offense non-stop. But I'm like, I said the stats at the start. Defense got low, sort of battered in this game. I didn't love what Fangio did. I'll be honest, it wasn't my favourite Fangio game. Should we just talk Breda Clip saying it's an offense without an identity? I don't know if he's quoting my BGN headline from this week. If he is, then well done. If he's not, then smart minds, because that was my BGN article headline, was an offense without an identity. So I felt the biggest issue they had this week, and it's not been an issue for a while, was the pass rush really, really sucked.
Yes.
Really sucked. And we've obviously loved Jaden Phillips of late, and he didn't have a good game. They just couldn't really get pressure. The Cowboys done some really, really good things. I thought they did some really good things up front, where they used, as I mentioned yesterday, a lot of how do I say, they were pulling guards and stuff. It was just, they had quite an interesting way of blocking this Eagles pass rush, and it made a massive difference. And I am trying to get my thread up, but for some reason my Twitter is showing that I haven't posted a defensive thread. I'm now thinking, did I even do it? But of course
you did. I have it pulled
just
up.
show play one. This is a good example.
Let me mention real quick. So the Eagles, first game out of the bye, once they have Phillips, they have a 40.5% pressure rate, a 41% pressure rate the next week, and then against the Cowboys, it was all the way down to a 30% pressure rate.
Yeah, and so just this play, I like it because it sums up the numbers. There's a couple of things to look out for on play one of the film thread. I'll talk more about the secondary in a second, but I'll be honest, I felt a lot for Adoree Jackson on this game. I don't think Fangio to me just said go and play. Pickens one-on-one, go and play. CeeDee Lamb one-on-one, go and play. We're not giving you any help. Here he's just one-on-one and he's got forever. It's cover 3, cover 9, whatever you want to call it. He's got to cover a crossing route coming from miles away, which is really hard. But look at what the Cowboys do in pass protection. I think they use a tight end and the running back on Nolan Smith here at the top. They did this routinely. I'm telling you, they used so many creative ways of blocking plays. It was not just a straight up 5-man protection. And it showed because the Eagles really couldn't seem to adjust. I think they got out-coached a little bit. They got out-schemed a little bit. And they struggled to get players open. They ran a dagger like this 10 times off play action. George Pickens had a deep dig caught later on, and someone in the Discord commented like Adoree Jackson got killed on them. I'm like, he did, but he's 1-on-1 with George Pickens for like 5 seconds. What
Playing
do you want the
from
guy
outside
to do?
leverage with
Yeah,
no help
so, I mean,
because the linebackers are getting no depth at all.
Yeah, they really, really won on early play action. They won these like deep over dagger routes, and yeah, they had the Eagles sort of in an issue up front. And I'll talk briefly about the secondary in a second because I don't want to get too heavy on the defense this week.
Question, real quick.
They played really well, by the way, Cowboys offense, really well. If you take away the mistakes, they were very, very good. Big errors. They had a few of them, obviously Dak and whoever the hell the little running back is who fumbled. But their pass protection was exceptional. They won. Ajomo got nothing up front, like absolutely nothing, and they really struggled to get after the QB. Sorry, yeah.
Why is neither linebacker getting any depth here once it's clear this is a pass? Like right here, it's clear this is a pass.
Yeah, it happened quite a lot.
Not responsible for the flat. Not responsible for the flat. You're responsible for the middle of the field. He runs into the flat. Bond just kind of stands there and doesn't get depth.
Yeah,
like,
play action.
This isn't even a good play action. Like, it's not even a good play fake. They don't actually think this is a run pass, like, right now. And they just don't get any depth.
I don't think that Kobe Dean was particularly good at getting depth all game, I'll be honest. I was surprised they didn't give Campbell too many snaps. And the other thing I didn't like was that they only rushed to Kobe Dean. I say only. They rushed him 6 times. And he was definitely the best pass rusher on the day. So it just would have been nice to have him rush more on the day because it was clear that he was the one that was getting pressure. But there you go. Pass rush was a real issue. Real issue.
Yeah. I mean, I think Adoree Jackson is obviously not like the guy you want to be starting outside, but I spoke on last week's show about some of the things the Eagles have done to help him out. Consistently playing him on the wide side of the field so it gives him more time to react.
Yeah.
They push coverage his way, and they leave Q on an island. But at the end of the day, when you have no help over the middle because your linebackers aren't gaining depth and you have no pass rush, like he's going to get exposed against a CeeDee Lamb or a George Pickens. Like those are two very good receivers. CeeDee Lamb's inability to catch the ball aside.
But,
and
George Pickens might be I don't know, Shane. He's the best receiver in the league at the moment. Outside of JSN, obviously, who is the best. He was incredible. Let's talk secondary then. Let's talk about him. I didn't like the game plan. There was too many plays. I've already mentioned that one where I think there was too many where they just left Adoree on an island. So I'll just show you a couple of examples. I think later on they did adjust at times. So play 4 on my film, Fred. I don't like, when you pause it here, seeing Cuba DeJean on CeeDee Lamb, Quinion Mitchell on a guy called Ryan Flournoy, and Adoree Jackson covering George Pickens with absolutely acres of space. And don't get me wrong, it's bad by Jackson. But you know my thing by now. I don't like criticizing players. We know who they are. We know Jackson's not good enough. We know he's a substandard cornerback too. At this point, it's on your coaches, which they've done of late, to help him. And I didn't feel like they helped him very much. So there's this example here. If you go to play 7 of my film, Fred, as well, Shane, you'll see the exact same. You'll see play action dagger. And you can argue that, yes, George Pickens beats Adoree Jackson. He does. So get your stats out, shout at me, Adoree Jackson is beat. You are correct. He also has an entire half of the field, basically, where he's covering a vertical route and anything that breaks in against, as I mentioned, possibly the best deep threat, one of the best guys in the league. It's really hard.
Well, also, can we mention that Reed Blankenship doesn't help him because Andrew Makuba is on CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb,
like,
yes.
How do you have Andrew Makuba and Adoree Jackson on the 2 best receiving threats? What look causes this to happen? It's Cooper DeJean blitzing, which should just never happen, by the way.
Yeah, they blitzed DeJean. That's why they blitzed DeJean. But again, you've got Quinion Mitchell opposite the side of Pickens and Lamb. And I didn't like that. Then a couple of other plays I wanted to show, and you knew I was going to post this. There are some good plays on the thread, by the way. I just wanted to moan a little bit this week about the D because we've always been so positive. I don't need to talk about like Quinion Mitchell being great, and yeah, we know this. I'm trying to think of things that were new this week that I wanted to comment on. Play 11, just gonna gloat. J-Rock on Discord, sorry, my friend. I just don't think Cooper DeJean looked good on the outside. And of course he might learn, of course he might be fine, but to me, his technique was not good enough. On the very first drive, Shane, there was a play he was outside and they ran a slant against him as well. And he was nowhere near the slant. He was nowhere near it. He didn't get near CeeDee Lamb on the deep shot. Yes. All right. Penalty, if you want to call it illegal contact. But CeeDee Lamb, I didn't call it. But he looked a little bit shaky. And I think we forget this guy's a second-year player who only started playing midway through his first year. When he came out of college, he didn't have a clearly defined role. They were giving him snaps at safety last year. He's really knuckled down a position, and I don't like moving young, talented players. I would do everything I can to keep him inside. And one of the reasons why I would is because, final thing I'll say, but I'm out on this game, is play 14, is that if you are keeping him outside, it's because you are saying that Michael Carter is so much better than Keely Ringo, that we must play Carter. Well, that's the same Michael Carter on the final drive of the game, when the game is on the line, who has got away with a lot of criticism because he's new this week. He basically ruined this drive and cost the Eagles the game at the end because he runs a ridiculously deep coverage on a flat and just runs straight into Quinion. And I'm telling you now, if that was Adoree Jackson doing that, there'd be the Twitter brigade going absolutely mental. He has to get deep to run past Bourne, but then he's lost. He's like pointing at Quinion. He's a bit like, is it here? Is it here? And again, I'm not killing Carter. I'm not saying he's bad. I thought he was fine. I'm just saying that, like, I'm not moving Cooper DeJean outside because I'm desperate to get this guy on the field. And can I also just say, while I'm on my high horse, can we stop tweeting about Sidney Brown injuring Makuba? He's playing vertical safety and tackles Pickens in a good snap. It is not his fault that Makuba broke his ankle or whatever he did. Sidney Brown was actually fine for the most part, except for the player.
People are blaming Sidney Brown for that?
It's going everywhere. I'm not kidding. Guess who hurt Makuba? He's playing single high safety, chases him down and makes a really good tackle. Like, please, can we moan about things that matter? Yes, he is. If you look at Makuba, you will find Sidney Brown tweets, as Shane stalks Twitter now. If you find, like, who did it? Yeah, because of guess who. Told you. There is lots of them, Shane. So he's playing deep safety. He tackles Pickens.
He makes the tackle. That's stupid.
I'm not kidding. Google his name. It will be everywhere. It is actually a good tackle from single high safety.
I mean, he should take a little better angle, but that's not...
Yeah, but it's not a bad tackle in the end after the angle. I actually think he was all right, Sidney Brown. I'm sort of hoping that he can do something this week and not be a disaster, because the Eagles will need him to be. Because I'm going to preview the Bears soon.
That's the ultimate example of, like, twisting facts to suit the narrative that you already have about a player.
Oh, absolutely. People know, like, I'm not afraid to... I will never, ever, if I'm ever afraid to change, then moan. I never want to be afraid to change my opinions on things.
Yeah.
I've
got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be in the playoffs, but you think about teams that have two really good receivers. So, I mean, you have the Rams with Puka and Devontae Adams. If the Bucs are able to get healthy,
they're sucking at the moment.
I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Baker Mayfield better than Hurts in most rankings this year.
Yeah,
not been good.
I mean, the Seahawks have JSN, but they don't have a great second guy, right? So really, it's just the Rams. The Rams are the team you're worried about that have two great receivers.
Yeah.
If you play that team, do you just stick Quinion Mitchell on one of those guys and just follow him all game?
The thing about Nakua is you can't, can you? Because Nakua is such a unique player. But I think you can argue that if Nakua is in the slot a lot, you can put DeJean when he goes inside and then just move Quinion around to Devontae. Or, I don't even care about that, I would just flood the formation heavily to one side of the field if he's on the other side, which I don't think they did this week.
Yeah.
They didn't flood the coverage to one side of the field, which I've done in the past. I don't think you have to necessarily do that, but I think there's an argument. And by the way, just really quickly to finish off while we're on this, if you go, I think play 13, if you have a look at play 13, this was at the end of the game on 4th and 1, and George Pickens is right one-on-one on Quinton Mitchell, and it's one reason why they stopped the play. So yeah, I just thought that was
ludicrous decision to go for that, by the way, by the Cowboys.
Yeah, really weird. But yeah, there we go. I think that's me done for the defense. I've got other things I want to say. Check the Bleeding Green article out. Check the Twitter thread out for a few other bits. But they were the main things I wanted to talk about on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think it was a good performance. As I said, I think the Eagles, I think defense got away a little bit from any criticism because the offense was just taking everything, essentially. Yeah.
Jahad Campbell played 11 snaps in this game, by the way.
Yeah, I feel for him a little bit, but I also can't complain, Shane. I don't think he should be playing edge at all, and it's hard to take the Kobe Dean off, so I get it.
Yeah, I would rather, like I said, I'd rather him be a backup linebacker that doesn't play than be playing edge a bunch.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I agree.
What are the Eagles going to do? Are they going to, Nakobe's going to walk in free agency, right? After this season?
Campbell still played a fair amount early on in the year. If anything, the injury was quite good. He'll get some snaps. I don't worry too much.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that all ends up playing out. But
yeah. Apparently, the DBs this week look all right because they think everyone's back, don't they? Except Makuba.
Yes.
So if Adoree Jackson's there, that makes, can't believe I'm saying it, a big difference.
Yeah.
Just because I think it stops you from moving the gene, as I've said.
Although it does look like Devontae Smith might miss the game.
Yeah, not ideal. I'm going to get into the preview. If you're not on Patreon, I like to think, I've never got into preview stuff this year. It's the first year I've done it for Bleeding Green, first year I've done it for Patreon. I think my first 6 weeks sucked. Like, I had no idea how I was going to watch enough film. I think I've got it down to quite a good T at the moment. I think I've got enough film that I'm watching to build it. And I'm not saying this to brag because sometimes I get it horribly wrong, but the last few weeks I've watched games and been like, yes, I've called this, yes, I've called this, yes, I've called this, which is really nice. So it tells me that I'm doing something right. So the feedback's been really good on Patreon the last few weeks because I've changed the format. If you are interested, please check it out, support us. Patreon is where you can find the good stuff.
Yeah. A couple comments here from Brett Eclipse, and then we'll get out of here. Side question, can we convert Sidney Brown to a running back? Can't tell why, but I feel like his frame could allow him to be pretty competent.
Stick him at fullback.
His brother's a running back. I'm sure he could teach him a few things, but...
Just stick Sidney Brown at fullback, Ben Van Sumeren, reincarnation, just run down the middle very hard and hit people.
Sidney Brown would have a 20-yard lane to the end zone and go out of his way to try to hit somebody instead of score a touchdown.
Get concussed every other week as well.
Yeah. Then he also said the Eagles would have to get by a fair amount of elite wide receiver duos in the playoffs. Puka and Devontae Adams, Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Evans, Emeka Egbuka. So yeah, there's some good. They'll have to figure that part of it out. But I do think having Adoree Jackson back is big. Which sounds crazy to say after what I thought about him early in the year.
Watch him get absolutely killed this week by Luther Burden. And we'll go, you idiots.
Yeah. And then, hopefully Andrew Makuba is able to come back playoff time because he had gotten a lot better. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
It's a shame. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that is going to about do it for this one. Again, like Jonny said, if you guys want to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Eagles Film Room, I have up a past game review that I work through like 20 dropbacks and talk about all of that in depth. I also did a Saquon Barkley player spotlight, which is a lot of the run game stuff that we talked about early in this one, just kind of without Jonny's input. Jonny's going to be doing preview, so that'll drop tomorrow. Is
Eric's
that right?
already got... Yeah, tomorrow it'll drop. I'm going to watch the film immediately after this. Eric's got his preview article out, which I haven't read because I never do until I do my stuff. But again, we've been quite similar in how we see a lot of things, which is always nice.
Yeah. So you can come check that out. Get a free 1-week trial of any tier at patreon.com/Eagles Film Room. Hope you guys all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. We don't celebrate it here, but for all you Americans, I was sorry, just a side note before you finish. I was so confused. I was like, the Eagles are playing Friday. I didn't realize. I was like, Thanksgiving's Thursday. It's great timing for me, but like 8 o'clock on a Friday night in the evening, it's prime time. The annoying thing was I didn't realize it. So I would have gone out to a Philly bar or something. And I only realized it yesterday. And my wife was like, well, we've already got plans. I was like, damn, not plans, but like, it's like kid plans. So I was like, I should have had that Friday night booked in the calendar. And I was like, why is it Friday night and Black Friday?
Yeah.
What a world we live in. What a world we live in. Yeah.
So I hate that part of it, but I'm probably not going to get to watch that one live. I'm probably going to be on the road. So
also, I'm obviously very professional and I'm not looking at my phone watching Arsenal play, but shout out Arsenal winning 1-0 against Bayern Munich if you're watching live. To the UK fans, we just scored. So shout out Gooners.
All right. Well, that's going to do it. You got the Americans, at least, I guess. Enjoy some turkey on Thursday. Enjoy watching the Cowboys lose to the Chiefs. And then be ready for Eagles-Bears on Friday. We'll be back here next week breaking it all down. So until then, go Birds. We'll catch you guys next time.
In Walmart's Who-Newville, everyone ready their cart. Amazing Black Friday deals are about to start. Online and in the app, such great deals to explore. Everything you love from tech, toys, and more. The days to save and the ones to remember. It's only the 25th to the 30th of November. Set your alarms. Don't miss out. These deals are epic, without a doubt. The Who's are all ready, but are you? Walmart Black Friday deals await. Who knew?
More rewards, more savings. With American Express Business Gold, earn up to $395 back in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select shipping, food delivery, and retail subscription merchants. Enjoy the benefits of membership with the Amex Business Gold Card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
Good morning, Crust. It's a great day to be a bread brother.
Ugh, mornings are not my jam. Or jelly.
Oh, come on. Stop loafing around.
I just woke up feeling hollow inside.
Psst, just grab one of the new Morning Uncrustables sandwiches, like Bright-Eyed Berry or Up and Apple, filled with 12 grams of protein and tons of deliciousness. Crust, what are you eating?
It's just granola, not even yogurt.
No crust, no fuss. Uncrust your mornings.
Disney Plus wants to know, are you ready? For Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, The New Avengers, now streaming on Disney Plus.
Let's do this.
One of the best Marvel movies of all time is now streaming on Disney Plus.
Hey, you weren't listening to me.
I said Thunderbolts, The New Avengers is now streaming on Disney Plus.
Meet the New Avengers.
That's cool name.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, The New Avengers, rated PG-13, now streaming on, you guessed it, Disney Plus.
Gold Bond knows that when your skin feels good, you feel good. So look after it day and night and make Gold Bond Healing Lotion your go-to. It's clinically shown to visibly heal and moisturize dry skin in just one use. We all deserve soft, healthy-looking skin every day, so choose a trusted brand with proven results. Gold Bond Healing Lotion. Buy yours now at walmart.com.